Hey folks, this is Jeff from Wickedoil.com. It is July 4th, 2022. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you enjoying your independence celebrations. And I hope none of you ended up in jail. Anyway, I'd like to share a brief report on oil analysis. Now this is for the truck I drive at work. This is a 2019 Western Star with a Detroit DD13, which I believe is a 12-liter diesel engine. It runs 1030 heavy-duty Signature Series engine oil, product code DTT. This sample was collected on the 2nd of June 2022. It was received by the testing facility on the 7th, and it was processed and completed on the 8th. All right, so this is the actually the second sample of the same oil change right here. Now, just as a little history, my boss has, I believe, 6 of these trucks, and he's been taking them to the dealer, and they've been charging him $800 per oil change, which is obscene. Now they've been severe duty for these engines, for these trucks, is 750 hours. They've been having him change the oil at 500 hours because they've been telling him that the oil is breaking down before we get to 750 hours, and it's like, I'm calling bullshit on bullshit, okay? Bullshit. I told my boss, I said, dude, they're just trying to make some money on you, okay? At $800 a clip, I'd be trying to get you to do, 6 oil changes a year instead of 4, okay? Seriously. Anyway, now this has the standard style of oil filter on it. We don't have a bypass on this thing yet, bypass filter, but I believe that's going to be next. Okay, here's the deal. I told my boss that I'd like him to try Amsoil. I've been trying to get him to do it for a while, but he's been kind of blowing me off. I decided, to up the ante here. I said, dude, just try it, okay? I promise you, it's gonna make you happy, okay? So I got him to buy it. We changed the oil, did the full service on the entire truck. Well, I shouldn't say full service. We didn't do the transmission differentials, but greased everything, changed the fuel and oil filters and the oil and engine oil and all that stuff. Okay, so we ran it up to 835 hours, and that test was done on that sample was collected on the 9th of March 2022. Okay, so that was 835 hours, and we got the report back, and it was a 1 on the severity level, which is very good. That's considered normal. All right. So he was happy with the results. We went ahead and changed the oil filters and the fuel filters, did a regular service, except we didn't change the engine oil. We ran it up to 1,551 hours and resampled on the same oil change. And here are the comments that came with the analysis. Flagged data does not indicate an immediate need for maintenance action. In other words, the results that we're seeing, you don't need to change the oil. Okay? Continue to observe the trend and monitor equipment and fluid conditions. 10 is at a moderate level. 10 may be coming from piston flashing, which is the sides of the piston. Piston skirts, bearing overlay, bronze alloy, usually in the combination with copper or from a Babbitt material along with copper and lead. Iron is at a moderate level. Iron sources in an engine can be cylinder liners, iron pistons, hardened steel crankshafts, camshafts, gears, hardened rocker arms, valve bridges, alloy alloyed steel cam followers. The viscosity is slightly high. That means that it's slightly thickened since compared to what it should be for the original oil. Causes include contamination, oxidation, incorrectly identified viscosity grade, or lubricant. This may have been topped off with a different lubricant. The fluid may be misidentified, or a different lubricant or formulation may have been in use prior to a recent oil change. The oil is suitable for continued use. Resample in 7,000 miles or 125 hours. Filter change is acknowledged, because we did change the oil filter between those samples right after the first sample. Okay, so I'll put a link in the description so that you can download this report and look at it for yourself, because I can hold it up here, but I mean, you could freeze the frame and look at it. Okay. Anyway, now I get on here on all my videos and I make a little plug for Amsoil, and I tell you guys it's the greatest thing since sliced bread and invention of the wheel and all that other stuff. But it's one thing for me to sit here and tell you that. It's another thing for me to show you the facts. Okay? And I mean, you can say I'm exaggerating, say whatever. Dude, you know what? If I were just telling you a story, yeah, it's just a story. I mean, everybody that's selling something is telling a story. Better the storyteller, the more likely we are to believe them. But here's the deal. I don't have any need to lie to you, because I'm fixing to do another video on my 95 F250. And this oil that's in my engine right now has been in there since late 2014. Early 15. That's right. It's been in there since 200,000. I think it's right there. 971 miles. I'm currently at 59.8 something. Almost 60,000 miles. So I've had that oil in there for 7 years, man. Yeah. I've had that oil in my engine for 7 years, and I got 59,000 miles on this oil change. This one right here, this Detroit, the next thing we're going to do is put a bypass filter on here and keep running this oil. And I'll bet you several years from now we'll still be running on the same oil change. So that's how good the lubricant is, and that's how good these filters are from Amsoil. Okay? Now, think about it. If you're a trucker, okay? Let's say you run local. Let's say you got a dump truck or a concrete mixer or a piece of equipment or whatever. There's two ways to approach things. Actually, there's three. You can do regular oil changes, which gets real expensive. Or you can be one of those people that neglects it. You put the oil in there and, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It ain't hurting nothing, man. That stuff about changing oil, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Seen all kinds of them. You can usually tell those just by the way the equipment looks, man. It looks like some horse's patootie has been running. Obviously, they don't give a crap about it. The ones that are halfway clean, you see grease spooging out of the joints. Those are the folks that are taking care of their equipment. And they're the ones that understand you got to spend the money to take care of your equipment. Well, here's the deal. If you can put in a top-notch lubricant, that, yeah, it'll cost you about 20% more to switch over to Amsoil, and you can switch back. This idea that once you put synthetic in there, you can't go back, that is absolutely nonsense. I don't know who started that crap, but they were full of baloney. you can put whatever oil you want in there, okay? But anyway, there's no penalty, and it doesn't make the engine break down if you go back to conventional oil. So if you don't like it, if you don't think you're getting the good results, you can go back, okay? But anyway, that's not what this video is about. My point is this. If you are one of those people that actually takes care of your equipment and you're changing the oil when you're supposed to, or, pretty close to it, how much would it save you in downtime, new oil, well, you got to change the filters anyway, but new oil, disposing of the old oil, and all that other stuff, if you could cut your oil changes in half per year, okay? Or what if you didn't have to change the oil at all? Maybe you changed the oil one time this year. How much effort does that save you, and how much money does that save you? That's what I'm talking about. And let me tell you something. You put Amsoil in your engine, it's going to run cooler, it's going to run smoother, it's going to start easier in the winter. You ever try to start a bulldozer or something like that in the middle of winter? Dude, you crank them, man, the oil's all thick and everything, and they're all, and you're like, oh God, it's not going to start. And then, this big old crap of a time trying to get them started. Well, they start easier with this because the oil doesn't thicken up in the wintertime. It doesn't have the paraffins and all that crap in there that thicken up and make it hard for the engine to crank, okay? And it protects them right from the second the thing starts turning, okay? The oil doesn't thicken up, it doesn't thin out in the summertime, it holds its viscosity. And the additives in this oil it's premium additives, and they're over the top. They really put extra in there because this oil is made to last. This stuff is a 25,000 mile, it's rated at 35,000 miles on the oil, okay? That's if you're running the Amsoil filters, okay? But that's just the rating. My truck right here, my pickup, I'm going to do the next video on that one. Almost 59,000 miles on this oil change, and they're still telling me to keep running it. You know why? Because this is some primo stuff. All right? So let's get on over to that other video. Thank you for stopping by. Look at this, okay? This is good for your business, okay? It's great. Yeah, I want you to buy from me, but you know what? If you, for some reason, you don't feel good about buying from me, then don't buy from me. Buy from somebody else, but buy Amsoil, okay? Do yourself a favor. Do your business a favor, okay? Get Amsoil, but I hope you get it from me. My dealer number is 188-6124. 188-6124. And I'd be glad to have you as a customer, and I'll do my best to make you happy. Anyway, thank you. Have a wonderful day, and catch you on the rebound.